Now for a message from our very special guest, a message from the government of the Philippines. Our distinguished guest has been here before. She was our keynote speaker at our Nutrition Day celebration last year, and she has graced us again today. She is Managing Director of the Villar Foundation since '92. She was representative of Las Piñas City from 2001 to 2010, and she is now currently serving in the Congress of the Philippines as senator, and she has been in this position since July 2013. Cynthia Aguilar Villar earned her degree in Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from the University of the Philippines, which has recognized her as one of its distinguished alumni. She completed her Master's in Business Administration at the New York University. And amidst all her achievements and awards, she still considers her family her most cherished treasures and her 3 well-raised children as her glory. Friends, please welcome Senator Cynthia A. Villar.
A very pleasant good afternoon to all of you. I'm here in behalf of, I guess, the Department of Agriculture, because I'm the chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Food. And I'm very interested in everything that's happening about agriculture. I wish to thank the management of ERI for inviting me today, Dr. Robert Ziegler, Director General. Okay, palakpakan po natin siya. And of course, his wife, Chrisan Ziegler. And Dr. Matthew Morel, Deputy Director, okay, for Research. Dr. Bruce Tolentino, Deputy Director General for Communication and Partnership. And I guess the highest ranking Filipino here in ERI. Norman MacDonald, Deputy Director, Admin and Finance, and of course the representative of the Australian government, Dr. Cecil Honrado, okay, and Dr. Bowman, Director of the Global Rice Science Partnership, Christine Kroms, Director for External Relations, Julian Lapitan, Partnership Head of ERI, and of course, the representative of the provincial government of Laguna, the provincial administrator, Attorney Dulce Rabanal, and friends, ladies and gentlemen. You have to forgive me, I'm a politician, so I have to acknowledge everybody. Thank you to the International Rice Research Institute for inviting me to be part of this important event today. The groundbreaking ceremony of the state-of-the-art Lloyd Evans plant growth facility. I'm happy and honored to be here with all of you to witness this event. I know that this facility, which with its controlled environment rooms and plant growth chambers, will serve a very important purpose as a key international resource and venue for biotechnological research and conservation of genetic diversity. Once fully operational, I gather that this will enable the nurture and study of plants, particularly rice, in a wide range of environment controlling for temperature, relative humidity, light intensity, photoperiod systems, water management systems, and the precise control of atmospheric gases. The building of this Lloyd Evans plant growth facility could not have come at the most opportune time. I know that most of you here are aware that the Philippines is one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change. A recent United Nations report identified our country as the 3rd most at risk from climate change in the world, ranked behind the South Pacific island nations of Vanuatu with a population of 255,000 and Tonga with a population of 105,000. We don't consider them countries. In the Philippines, They are just barangay. Our biggest barangay in Las Piñas has a population of 100,000. Our population in the Philippines is 100 million. So we're really apart from them. Another report released by the environmental organization German Watch last month, December 3, the Global Climate Risk Index 2015, the list of countries most affected by weather-related disasters like storms, floods, and heat waves. The index, based on the events of 2013, ranked the Philippines as number 1, followed by Cambodia and India. Problems due to climate change are realities that we Filipinos have been facing, particularly in recent years when extreme weather conditions such as super typhoons, typhoon surge, massive flooding, El Nino, La Nina phenomenon, among others, have been causing death and destruction in our country. That is definitely bad news for the most vulnerable groups within our society, those living in flood-prone urban and rural areas, as well as coastal communities, both vulnerable to rising sea level and storm surges, who are mostly indigent families. As an agricultural country, the Philippines posed tremendous losses from the onslaught of environmental disasters, damage to agriculture caused by Super Typhoon Haiyan, which we call Yolanda here in the Philippines, reached over 90 billion or about US $2 billion. The losses are such because typhoons struck between 2 planting seasons. It also affected our food supply and security. In fact, it was only in August last year when our farmers have started harvesting crops from what they have replanted after the typhoon in November 2013. So, a facilities that offers us a chance to nurture and study plants, particularly rice, in a controlled environment is definitely very relevant and useful to us, especially now that many experts cite that the ill effects of climate change is here to stay. We definitely need to developing coping mechanisms in the form of new concepts and technologies. So this latest facility here at Erie is very much a welcome development. I'm looking forward to what it can develop that will help sustain rice production even during very difficult climate conditions. I do not need to emphasize that rice is our staple food, that it will be good news to the 94.7% of Filipino households who consume rice. The sustainable production and supply of rice is, of course, our key priority. I believe that research and development as well as the technological innovation is important in further growing and developing the country's agriculture sector. We have reviewed the slow implementation of the Agriculture and Fisheries Modernization Act, or AFMA, or RA 8435, which calls for the allocation of at least 20 billion a year for agriculture modernization related programs and projects. And yet data cite that the Philippines still lags behind its regional neighbors in the farm mechanization aspect, a far fifth placer to Japan, South Korea, China, and Thailand. The implementing rules and regulations for Republic Act 10601, or the Agriculture and Fisheries Mechanization Law, or AFMEC, is already completed. It will promote the development and adoption of modern, appropriate, cost-effective, and environmentally safe agricultural and fisheries machineries and equipment to enhance farm productivity and efficiency to achieve food security and increase farmers' income. As chairperson of the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Food, Filipino farmers and fisher folks who are among the poorest in our country is my important concern. It is based on the statistics that a typical farmer or fisherman in the Philippines earns only about 150 pesos a day, which is around $3 a day. I believe that the new concepts and technologies such as those that will be used here at the Lloyd Evans Plant Growth Facility will serve them well. We need to help Filipino farmers and agricultural workers, which comprise 1/3 of our population, to be more productive and globally competitive. We have only 33 million workers in the Philippines. 12 million of them, or to be specific, 11.8 million are agricultural workers, 12 million are OFWs, and the rest are divided among the industry. So you can see how important our farmers and our OFWs in our economy. So I really believe that the agriculture sector will be able to generate more revenues for Philippines if it will be backed not only by adequate budget and effective programs of the government, more so with the adoption of advanced systems and technology. I'm looking forward to updates about this new facility at Erie. Please keep me posted about its development. On that note, thank you again and more power to Erie, to the people behind Lloyd Evans Plant Growth Facility, and to the whole agricultural sector in our country. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Senator Villar, Chair of the